Yo, what's good, Naruto gang? Welcome back. Today we're going to be getting into episodes 71 and 72. Picking back up in this freaking chaos. Y'all, this shit is going down. My girlfriend's officially caught up with me, so we've been watching the episodes kind of in the same pace that I react to them with. So I'll rewatch them with her, either that same day or the next day or something. And she's like, we have more to watch, right? I'm like, nope. She's like, no. Now she gets my pain, and probably all y'all's too at this point. Let's go ahead and recap the character ratings from last time, kind of talking about last episode. We gave MVP to Mr. Shikamaru, man. He killed the last episode. I really liked kind of seeing more about his character, seeing kind of Naruto talking about how when he does commit that he is going to follow through, that you can trust him, that he's loyal, he would never betray anyone. I think that's a really important thing. Even though someone's not necessarily super ambitious or motivated, doesn't necessarily mean that they're not, that they don't have a good moral foundation, right? Like they can still be reliable in that state. And it's still cool to see Shikamaru challenge himself in that way and seeing how different his character is than a character like Naruto or Rock Lee. It's fun having a character who's very different than the rest of ours. For the best moment, we gave that to the Hokage versus Orochimaru, man. Things are crazy there. I love all the other Hokage coming to the mix. Thinking about if the fourth Hokage would have been the one to come out of that third box, I want to know, man. So cool. But I gotta say, I'm very worried for the Hokage, man. We talked about it a little bit last time, but I could totally see him actually getting killed off here. Hoping that's not going to be the case, but with his age and everything and how strong Orochimaru is, it's not looking great. Lastly, for the funniest moment, we gave that to Pakun and trying to motivate Shikamaru with his soft little paw pads. Every pet owner knows what that's like. All right, y'all, before we get into this one, if y'all are new here, you're not subscribed, and you want to follow on for more, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, any of that good YouTube stuff that you can do to help me out. Or if you want to support the channel a bit more directly, check out the Patreon link below. We are 4 weeks ahead there. Would appreciate anything y'all can do. But either way, I appreciate y'all being here to watch some Naruto with me. Let's go and get into this one, y'all. Sasuke caught up. Damn, I love the saturation of the colors. Set some traps, sheesh. Ooh. And Pakun knows everything, man. What a pooch. Damn, dude, everything has gotten so much darker. So it's gonna like go into the evening. I kind of have a feeling that's what's gonna happen because Gaara was talking about the full moon and stuff, and we saw his spirit came out the full moon. They've kind of been hinting at that might be an important part of Gaara's power. Ooh. What the heck? This isn't the same technique that Kabuto used, right? I know it was something similar to that, but... Crazy, man. Not everyone's like you, Orochimaru. In fact, most people aren't. Damn, they even walk like zombies or something. Although I bet they ain't about to fight like zombies. Damn, he's considerably smaller than them. Oh, it's so cool, dude. Ooh. Damn, so they can use chakra and everything too, even in the reanimated form. It's pretty cool. Jeez, man. I feel like the third Hokage should at least know about their abilities. Like, be able to counter them. Damn, this is nuts, bro. Look at this shit. Oh. Damn, he took a freaking hard hit there, dude. Oh, I'm already getting nervous. Oh my god. Wood style? Those like roots? Jeez. I think it's cool how they all have like different kind of chakra abilities too. Makes them unique. Oh shit. Wood style ninjutsu, cool. Just don't go sneaking off, Konohamaru. Please don't. I wonder if he knows or has a sneaking suspicion that his grandfather's in trouble here. Monkey King? Pesky is usually a good way to describe a monkey. Emma. It's pretty dope, dude. More lore. He must have spared him. Crazy, dude. Damn, bro. Okay. Damn, that thing's huge. Looking like Wukong over here.
なんてレベルの忍術合戦。これがホカゲというレベル。
God, it's so gross.
行くぞヤンマ。いくら混合の体でも草薙の剣は痛えぜ。
Man, dude, this staff looks way cooler than this stupid little sword. Orochimaru looks like a freaking scrub. Oh, I know he ain't, but... he's looking a little stressed out now. That's good to see. Oh, God. Man, that must be so painful for like the Anbu ops out there who just have to watch.
いや違う。使わないのではなく使えないのだ。三代目は昔と違いチャクラの量が現存するチャクラを均等に分散してしまう影分身は下手をすればチャクラを捨てるようなもの。
So your chakra kind of diminishes as you get older.
この葉に存在する術のすべてを知り扱うプロフェッサーと呼ばれたあなたでしょ。あんまりがっかりさせないでくださいよ。
Damn, the angle of that face looks even crazier like that.
サルトビどうした？いつものお前らしくねえぜ。今こそけじめをつけろ。オロチマル。このたわけだ。オロチマル。これで終わりだ。
Could tell there's a lot more history between the third Hokage and Orochimaru. Well, for being 3v1, he's putting up a good fight, that's for sure. What the hell? That's freaking OP. They can just replace their wounds?
江戸天聖で縛られている魂自体を何とかせねば意味がないようじゃの。なれば、やはり四代目のあやつの術を使うしかあるまい。初代様、二代目様をお許しくだされ。
There's another forbidden one or something?
先生、だいぶ息が上がっているようですが、追いましたね。
No shit. You're supposed to respect your elders, Orochimaru.
あれですね。かつて忍びの神とまで歌われたあなた。
The god of shinobi, damn. What a beast.
何者だ、あの若者は。
私です。オロチマルですよ。
あの剣術を完成させていたのか。
Yeah, it looks like almost creepier now like this. What the hell? Jeez.
ここまでだ、お前たち。
くそ。
うちはサスケ。
Damn, are we gonna see Sasuke versus like Tamari and Kankuro? I feel like that'd be an interesting fight. Alright, next.
サスケの動きが止まった。まだかなり距離はあるが。この匂いは。
どうした たんだってばよ。
今まで気づかなかったが、お主拙者と同じシャンプーを使っておるな。
That's really what's important right now.
間違いない。
あのな。
ああ、ゲラミは拙者の方。
Look at Sakura.
すまぬすまぬ。
犬と同じ。
Oh my gosh.
もう逃がしゃしねえよ。
ガーラがこんな時によりによってこのガキとはな。
Well, they definitely don't underestimate him.
ガーラを連れて早く行け。構わな。これは砂の国の重要任務だ。ガーラのことを最優先させろ。それにこいつ結構私。
Oh yeah, didn't she think he was cute?
まずいな。こっちのチャクラはもう残り少ないってのに、これで車輪ガンを使われちゃう。ますます分が悪いが、ここは何としてもあいつに大量のチャクラを使わせて。
It's a good strategy.
やっぱりチャクラはガーラのために取っておこうってわけか。忍法かまいたち。
Holy shit, bro. Just cuts a tree right in half. Insane.
あの厄介な戦争をどうにかしないことには。カトン応戦下の術。ピンポイントで狙う。カトン豪華級の術。
Yeah, fire's probably a pretty good thing to use against her. Like wind usually will make it stronger. Oh no. There's no way that's actually him. Substitution? Yep.
何？変わり身だと。
悪いが、いつまでも相手をしてる暇はないんでな。
Well, at least he didn't kill her. I don't really have many gripes against Temari.
何者だ、あの若者は。
There's too many parallels between Muzan and Orochimaru. Like Muzan can shapeshift as well into like a woman.
わしが貴様を四代目に選べなかったのも、その歪んだ思想ゆえ。
Yep. That's pretty clear. Ooh, flashback? Let's go. That's what I need. Dang, look how much younger he looks there. So this is back when he was still in the Leaf Village.
ついに見つかってしまいましたね。残念です。
オロチマル、貴様これはどういうことだ。
近頃里の下人から中人、果ては暗部の者さえ行方不明者が続出。
Dude.
あなたほどの忍びがなぜこんな。
あなたも殺してあげましょうか。
いえ、ここで何をやっていた。
術の開発ですよ。
オロチ、貴様、そのために仲間の忍びを。お前一体何を望んでいる。
すべてですよ。
すべてだ。
Ambitious.
青と黄色を初めて混ぜたものは、そうしてできた新しい色に緑と名付けた。青がチャクラなら黄色がいい。そして緑が術。色彩に限りなく種類があるのと同様。けど、ありとあらゆるすべての術を、そして真理を、この手に入れるためには長い時間が必要。私にとって肉体の寿命は短すぎる。
So he wants immortality too.
貴様まさかここで実験している術は。
そう、 そのまさか不老不死の術
Immortality jutsu. Interesting. Very interesting.
この不死の術は自らの精神をこの地に永劫とどめる方。その肉体に自らの精神を入れ込み乗っ取る転生術。
You could probably just keep redoing that over and over again too.
あなたはここで死に、私はさらに若く美しく。
Lots of interesting stuff here.
なるほど。うちはサスケか。
Oh, he wants to take that body. I wonder if he like inherits the abilities too if he does that. Like would he automatically get his Sharingan then?
一体その顔その体、何人目じゃ。
二人目ですかね。
やはりこの顔がいいですか。
I wonder if the Hokage, like, if he spared him in that moment, that flashback, like, if we'll get like a fight or something at that point.
さっきからどうした。お前らしくもね。すまん。
Is he just like too old and his chakras running out, or is he like struggling to fight for real against Orochimaru because they have a history?
瞳。悪意と野望を秘めた瞳。そういう素養があったことは気づいておった。気づいていて知らないふりをしてきた。強く才能に満ち溢れた天才。まさしく数十年に一人の逸材だった。
Damn, so he's a natural.
意志と力を受け継いでくれる存在。そう思いたかった。そのわしの甘さがあの時、そして今の状況を作った。
Too much empathy.
殺すんですか。この私をできますかね。あなたに。サルトビ先生。
He looks insane, dude.
殺せサルトビ、今しかないぞ。
He sees the kid in him still.
わしは殺せなかった。貴様を葬り、かつての過ちを今正そう。
It's tough, dude.
行くぞ。影吹戦の術。
All right.
やはりあなたは老いた。焦りで自らの寿命を縮めようと。
Shorten your own lifespan? Is this the fourth Hokage's jutsu? Okay, yeah.
死神か。
もう何をやっても遅い。
それはこの葉の意志を受け継ぎ託すもの。簡単にはいかんぞ。
Yeah, let's go.
現実北腕行の術。
くだらぬざれ言だ。あなたは木の葉という組織、歴史の中の一時の頭に過ぎない。残された顔岩とてやがて風化し朽ちていく。
この葉の里はわしにとってただの組織ではない。
Yeah, it's family, man.
この葉の里には毎年多くの忍びが生まれ育ち、生き戦い、里を守るために死んでいく。
Damn, I want to know who all these characters are, man. Is that Naruto? That looks like Shikamaru. Oh no, that's okay.
わしにとって大切な
Protect those who are precious to you, right? It's when you get your true power. We about to have a Haku moment here.
わしは初代様、二代目様の木の葉の意志を受け継いだ男、三代目火影じゃ。お前がこの木の葉 くれお里をいくら狙おうともわしの意志を受け継ぐ新たな火影が
Naruto boy. It's gotta be Naruto. Damn, dude, the fourth Hokage looked dope.
オロチマルこれからお前も知らぬとっておきの術を披露してやるくらえ封印術式封陣
God fucking damn it. Really? Alright, y'all, let's go and get in the review section for these episodes. Y'all, this damn show is just getting more and more freaking hype. I really can't put it into words on how exciting this show is at this point. Like, the fight between the third Hokage and Orochimaru and the first and second Hokage, just so freaking dope, dude. The soundtrack in the background going ham, seeing this level of jutsu techniques is sick. Like, I don't know, man. If there's anything I've learned from Naruto at this point, it's that the fights are epic. And it's, I can't say anything else rather than that. I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun to watch this level of power. And, these, the third Hokage and Orochimaru just going at each other. It's so sick. But yeah, in these episodes, we actually get a lot of really cool information about Orochimaru and Sabatori's history together. We get a lot of flashbacks kind of later on in the second episode where we kind of see the third Hokage's perspective on Orochimaru growing up and how he had always observed that Orochimaru had a lot of ambition and malice in his eyes, but that he chose to ignore it because he saw like the talent in him. He was like a generational talent, phenomenal. I guess probably since the third Hokage, and he wanted him to inherit his will and his power. He was hoping that would be the case, but he kind of ignored those warning signs. And we see the third Hokage really struggling in this fight to really draw a line in the sand and do what needs to be done, right? We see his monkey companion Enma, right? Yeah. Kind of calling him out. He's like, you got to do what you got to do. We see the context of this when they discover Orochimaru kind of testing the jutsu techniques, the immortality jutsu back when he was still in the land of leaves, and how the third Hokage let him go. He couldn't do what he needed to do. He couldn't kill Orochimaru then. So honestly, it was pretty sad seeing him struggle with that, right? Like seeing him struggle, seeing the first and second Hokage, seeing like the sadness in his eyes, seeing the tears come to his eyes when he's having to make the decision that he needs to, kind of make up for his mistake in the past, for his soft-heartedness, right? Like his empathy he had for Orochimaru can no longer serve him at this point. So there was multiple times where I felt a lot of empathy for the third Hokage. I can imagine being in that situation would be very difficult, especially as like the teacher raising somebody, mentoring them, and then for them to turn on you and you to kind of have to take responsibility for that. The fact that you didn't, end it when you could have, right? You saw the dark path he was going down and you didn't end it. Really, really sad. I thought they did an incredible job with the animation of his face. There's multiple times I thought that you could see so much emotion in his face. And I think it really made it more emotional than it probably should be for an audience member. Because, the third Hokage has been in the mix the whole time in this show, but we don't know a ton about him. We know he's like the strongest of the village, and we've, at least for me, I obviously look up to the third Hokage for the leadership of the village and whatnot. And he's always been a cool character, but we don't know a ton about him, so it's hard to necessarily be like super connected to him at this point. But I think seeing the flashback and seeing how much he cares about the village and even Orochimaru really makes you empathize with the Hokage. And it's sad to see, like the moment when he gets like punched in the face by I don't know if it's the second or the first Hokage, but that animation one really cool. But it just broke my heart seeing like this old third Hokage out of his prime getting beaten up by, the reanimation of his mentors back in the day, But let's talk a little bit more about Orochimaru's techniques, because man, we get a whole bunch of stuff. They split in the reanimation summoning jutsu a little bit, and it is a summoning jutsu. And I guess instead of using blood for the sacrifice, kind of like we've seen with Naruto summoning the toad, or Sabatori summoning the monkey, usually you use blood, but for this technique, you have to use an actual body. You have to sacrifice somebody, like a human, to kind of be the host of the soul for whoever you're reanimating, whoever you're reviving. So that one's pretty cutthroat. I think you can understand why that one's definitely forbidden. Not really, I'm assuming most people who would use that are going to forcefully make somebody sacrifice their body versus getting people who volunteer for that. And then even more so, we see that Orochimaru, and we get the context in the flashback and him changing his face again from what we've all have thought is just his normal I guess body and face and all this stuff. He turns into this woman, right? And it's explained pretty quickly that he has achieved the immortality jutsu, and that's what he was studying back when Sabatori and them confronted him in the Leaf Village, and he had been experimenting and using people's bodies forcefully to experiment with this. I think it's really interesting though, and it makes me, once again, I'm gonna keep on throwing this out there because it really does remind me a lot of him. It reminds me a lot of Muzan from Demon Slayer, kind of both seeking immortality. Muzan wants to be the perfect human, the ultimate human being, or the ultimate, not human, ultimate being of the world. And then for Orochimaru, it's more so that he wants to live long enough because he wants to know everything and have everything the world has to offer. He has so much ambition to understand all the different jutsu techniques. I really like how they compared all the different jutsu techniques that are potentially out there in the world to how like colors mix and whatnot, right? Like mixing green and or yellow and blue makes green. The first person to do that discovered green. And there's so many different possibilities out there for different jutsu techniques too. But to actually discover all these different jutsu techniques, you would probably die before that actually happened, right? Which is why Orochimaru has had the ambition to go and seek out this immortality jutsu, which they kind of say is like a revival jutsu or something. And then I guess you kind of take the body and manipulate it or manipulate the soul of the person and overtake the body, right? You kind of put your own soul into it. But yeah, it really reminds me of Muzan, like Muzan's immortality, how he can shapeshift too, right? Into like a female form and whatnot. There's obviously differences, but I have to think that the Demon Slayer author most likely took some inspiration off of Naruto with Orochimaru to design and write Muzan. There's so many similarities between them. He's a really cool villain so far. I really like him. My girlfriend hates him. She thinks he's the most disgusting, annoying character. She thinks he's more annoying than scary. I think he's freaky, to be honest. And I think has an interesting ambition and whatnot as a villain. So I've been impressed with him. Another really cool kind of explanation we got was around Shadow Clone Jutsu and the relation to it to the Hokage, right? As the third Hokage and Orochimaru are fighting, Orochimaru kind of calls him out for not using Shadow Clone Jutsu to spar with him, right? And we get dialogue from the Anbu Ops that Shadow Clone Jutsu, I guess, evenly distributes chakra between all the different clones. But if it goes wrong, it kind of, I guess it's like you're throwing away chakra, right? And later, after the third Hokage actually uses the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and there's only 3 of them, a lot of the, Orochimaru and the Anbu Ops are kind of all observing that he doesn't have a lot of chakra left, or, Orochimaru even says that you're needlessly throwing or shortening your lifespan or something like that. So they're it sounds like they're implying that if something goes wrong with Shadow Clone Jutsu, and I'm assuming that means that one of the clones gets taken out or whatever, that you lose that chakra, right? And maybe it's permanently. I mean, they kind of describe chakra as your life force to a degree, right? So based off this conversation, it's making it seem that the third Hokage has less chakra than he used to because he's near the end of his life, and the Shadow Clone Jutsu and the how there's only 3 of them kind of represents how close he is to the end of his life. And if Orochimaru or somebody, I guess, takes out these Shadow Clones, then potentially that shortens his life even more quickly. So that's kind of what I got from it. I'm not sure if I'm getting that correct, but it's pretty interesting because there's a reason that it's a forbidden jutsu, right? And maybe that's why, because it's really risky and you kind of have, it's a little self-sacrificing in some ways, and I think that would make a lot of sense. Kind of jumping back to the flashbacks we got from the third Hokage's perspective, right? I really love seeing all the different characters when they're younger. I went back and looked through a lot of them. It was kind of hard to tell who was who, but definitely see Jiraiya in there. Obviously young Orochimaru, we saw Ruka, we even saw Kakashi, like little kid Kakashi, and I guess his mentor, his sensei, was the fourth Hokage, which is super cool. Dude, Kakashi looks so cool as a little kid. But yeah, it was so cool seeing like all the different, ninjas that we know at this point. And there's some other ones in there that I don't think we know yet or we've been introduced to, but it's just cool seeing the history of the village and seeing different ages of the ninjas that we've come to know so far. So I really like that moment, and also just the dialogue in that moment was really good with the Hokage kind of standing his ground to protect his family. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the character ratings. Man, I mean, for MVP and best moment, I mean, I have to give it to Sabatori, man. Like, the third Hokage is just going absolutely ham. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty evenly matched fight, even though he's definitely on the defensive with Orochimaru's techniques and how old the third Hokage is. But I just love, him protecting the Leaf Village, all the dialogue in the flashback about, the duty of the Hokage, and kind of pushing back on Orochimaru that this isn't just an organization and that it fades away. This is more than just a village. It's a family, and he's there to protect them. So I love that dialogue. For the best moment part of it, like, there's so many great parts, but I really, really love the scene where he summons Monkey King Enma, and then he asks him to transform into like the big, I don't know what you would call it. I mean, I think they call it Adamante Nioi or something. I'm probably butchering that name, but that moment was sick, dude. You see the shock in Orochimaru's face. The soundtrack in the back with the electric guitar like riffing is so freaking cool. Like, I mean, dude, I can't explain how hyped the fights make me. It's so sick. And then for the funniest moment, I think we got to give that to Pakun again. I don't think there was a lot of other funny moments, but I like the moment where he stops and he's all serious. He's like, they're like, oh, what's going on? Oh, you have the same shampoo as me. I thought I noticed it before. And poor Sakura's like, I smell like a fucking dog. Are you kidding me? All right, y'all. I think that'll do for this reaction review. Definitely leaving off on a pretty big cliffhanger with that fourth Hokage's Reaper Jutsu thing coming out. I think that's going to be pretty interesting because I guess whoever summons that Reaper is the only one who can see, or I guess whoever signed the contract with them. So that seems like it's going to be potentially pretty strong. I'm excited to see what the fuck's going to go on with that. But appreciate y'all being here to watch with me. If you like this one, consider subscribing to follow along for more. Consider checking out the Patreon if you want full access and early access to these reactions. But yeah, appreciate y'all being here, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.